Alright, let's talk Dragon Ball, but not the one you know. Today, we're diving into a what-if scenario, a whole different timeline that hinges on one huge decision by, let's be honest, one of the most beloved characters out there. So yeah, let's get right into it.
So, here's the big question. The one we've all probably thought about, right? What if Gohan, the kid with all that crazy potential, more than anyone else, what if he just didn't stop? What if he actually kept training? Just think about how different everything would be.
And this right here really breaks it down. You've got the Gohan we know and love, but let's face it, he was kind of inconsistent, right? Always losing his edge, only showing up when things got really bad. But in this timeline, oh, it's a completely different story. We're talking about a Gohan who's a proactive protector, a guy who masters his power and finds that perfect balance between being a scholar and a guardian.
So, where does this all kick off? Well, it all goes back to that 7-year time skip. Right after the Cell Saga, before Buu even shows up. That's our starting point, that one single change.
So the premise is pretty simple. Instead of just hitting the books and letting his power fade, Gohan keeps training. He doesn't give up on his dream of being a scholar, not at all. He just makes training a part of his daily life. And because of that, he gets total control over that Super Saiyan 2 form he used against Cell. Remember how he kind of lost it back then? Yeah, that's not a problem anymore.
Okay, so just how much stronger are we talking? Well, we can safely say he's at least twice as strong as he was when he beat Cell. Now you might be thinking, only 2 times? But think about it. At this point, who's stronger than him on Earth? Nobody. So without a real rival to push him, his growth is steady, not, explosive like Goku's. But trust me, being twice as strong, that is more than enough to completely change the game.
And the first big domino to fall? The Buu saga. What was originally this huge, planet-shattering saga, well, in this timeline, it's over before it really even begins.
So, here's a little roadmap of what we're going to cover. First, we'll see how the Buu saga gets wrapped up in basically one fight. Then, how Gohan makes a very different choice in Battle of Gods. After that, we'll see Frieza's final end. And then, get this, Gohan becomes the brains behind the Goku Black arc, and even the Broly movie has a whole new outcome. It's going to be wild.
Just look at the difference here. It's night and day. In our what-if timeline, the second Majin Buu shows up, it's game over for him. There's no time for absorptions, no blowing up the Earth. Gohan, now a master of Super Saiyan 2, and Goku, with Super Saiyan 3, just team up and shut it down immediately. Which means no heroic sacrifice from Vegeta. The Earth is saved just like that.
And because he was so crucial in that fight, the Supreme Kai sees his massive potential and makes him an offer. Let me train you. Gohan, of course, says yes. So he goes through that whole potential unlock ritual, just like in the canon timeline, but he gets his ultimate form years earlier. That's a huge deal.
So now, with this incredible power and a mindset totally dedicated to training, Gohan really steps into that role of Earth's protector. He's not just a scholar who fights sometimes. He's a true guardian. And that changes how all the next big threats play out. Okay, fast forward to Battle of Gods. They need to do the Super Saiyan God ritual, and naturally everyone looks to Gohan. But he actually says no. He's like, this ultimate form, this is my power, it's my own path. He's so confident in the strength he's built himself that he steps aside and lets his dad take the spotlight as the Super Saiyan God. He knows he's strong enough on his own. Alright, now fast forward again. Frieza is back. He shows up on Earth, and of course, Goku and Vegeta are nowhere to be found. Bulma is freaking out, ready to call Whis for help, but Gohan, he's completely calm. He actually tells her, don't bother, I've got this.
And Frieza, being Frieza, has no clue what Gohan's been up to. He goes golden and gives this whole big speech, "Oh, I was saving this power for your father, but I suppose killing his son will be just as satisfying." You can just feel the arrogance. He has no idea what's about to hit him.
And then, it's over. Gohan just powers up into his ultimate form, and Frieza is just completely and totally outmatched. There's no fight, no struggle, no golden Frieza stamina problem. Gohan has been training in this form for years. He's way, way stronger. He just ends it. Frieza is gone, for good this time.
So Gohan's influence just keeps growing, right? But the biggest change, the most significant shift, comes during the Goku Black arc. This is where he goes from being just a really strong fighter to becoming a true mentor and the master strategist for future Trunks.
I mean, just look at this. The second Goku Black shows up, Gohan is the first one to step in and fight him. Then he takes Trunks to the Elder Kai to get his potential unlocked, just like he did. He even trains him in the Room of Spirit and Time. And maybe most important of all, he's the one who comes up with the plan. He's the brains of the whole mission.
And the plan is just genius. He knows they can't just punch their way out of this one, right? Not against an immortal Zamasu. So what does he do? He uses a solar flare to blind them, grabs Trunks, teleports to Master Roshi to learn the Mafuba, the evil containment wave. It's the perfect Gohan move, blending his smarts with his power.
So, they head back to the future, totally prepared. Trunks, now with his own ultimate form unlocked, is strong enough to take down Goku Black. Meanwhile, Gohan pulls off the Mafuba and seals the monster away for good. It's a clean win. No Zeno, no erased timeline, just a solid victory. But it's a bittersweet win, you know? After it's all said and done, Gohan has to go back to his own time, and that leaves Trunks alone. He saved his world, sure, but he has to rebuild it all by himself, without his mom, without his friends. It's a heavy price to pay.
Okay, so with Gohan now this absolute pillar of strength for Universe 7, and with Frieza completely out of the picture, the last few sagas we know play out very, very differently. The whole universe is just safer. So, in the Tournament of Power, Gohan is an absolute monster, and Universe 7 has a much easier time winning. But the real game changer is when Broly shows up. While Goku and Vegeta are busy fighting him, Gohan deals with Frieza, and by doing that, he stops Frieza from killing Paragus. And that one act prevents Broly from going into that completely uncontrollable legendary rage. And because his father is safe, the whole fight just cools down. Gohan looks at Broly and sees a kindred spirit, right? Another guy with this insane power he can't control, just like Gohan himself as a kid. So he steps in. He decides he's going to help Broly, to mentor him and teach him how to control that power without destroying everything.
And it all comes back to that one single change. Gohan just kept training. And that decision rippled through the entire timeline, creating a universe that's not only stronger, but safer. A universe where threats are handled with both efficiency and with heart.
So, that leaves us with one final question to think about. In this new reality, with a Gohan who has lived up to every bit of his potential, where the biggest bad guys are either gone for good or have been reformed, what comes next? What kind of threat could possibly stand up to them now? Kinda makes you wonder, doesn't it?